Toucan Sam here with another video. Today we're going to be cooking today. We're going to be getting a little healthier. Just wanted to prove to you guys that I am in fact a certified personal trainer through the National Academy of Sports Medicine since 2011. So let's begin. In today's episode we're going to teach you a little bit about network security. I'm going to help teach you a little bit of tips and some cooking and some interesting things about the George Foreman grill I don't think that many of you guys know about. Let's begin. So right here I have with me the George Foreman grill. I already have me a piece of chicken on the grill, and I have a piece of chicken right here. The great thing about chicken is that it's very, very lean, and chicken tastes amazing compared to ground beef and beef. So what I'm going to do here first is I'm going to cut off some of the fat, because we don't want any fat because we're trying to stay healthy and maintain our health. And it's a great thing to get into cooking, because for yourself and not only that, for anybody you may know. Now, herbs and spices, when it comes to like Tony's and things like that, I highly recommend not to purchase those and to use your regular herbs like basil, oregano, and go buy yourself something natural. Because the thing is with the Tony spices and things of that, they put a lot of ingredients in there for you to actually be satisfying. Now, a little tip, salt is a big problem in America. We have a really high sodium problem. So when I used to train my clients, they love salt on their food. My father would drown his food with salt. So to help him reduce his sodium and reduce his cholesterol level, you guys can try this out too. You just get a little piece of tape and you cover up at least maybe half the holes, or as many as you want, and right there you're already reducing your sodium intake, which is a good thing. So I'm just going to put just a little touch of salt on there just to give it taste. And I have Pam. Now, I always get into the good habit of reading nutrition facts when you're walking to the grocery store. You don't just grab things here, grab things there. I always like to take a look at what I'm putting in my temple. So according to this, I got 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 carbs, 0 grams of protein, so this is good to go. I'm going to spray a little bit on here. And then we're going to set this meat right on the grill. Listen to that sizzle. Damn, that sounds good. The reason why I use a George Foreman grill instead of using the stove or the oven or the grill outside is because you're going to see in a minute how much fat actually gets reduced from the George Foreman grill. Now, all things aside, see, look how much fat we already got taken out. Let's put this to the side real quick. Get this out of the way. Now, a little big problem is for people to actually get healthy is because they don't want to clean. They don't want to have to deal with the cleaning and cooking every day, every night, cooking 3 meals a day. You're cooking at least 3, 6, 9, 12, 12 times a week. That gets a little bit tedious. So what I highly recommend is for you to get a George Foreman grill, $25 investment, not a big deal. You usually spend $25 in a week on fast food anyways. Get yourself some containers and go ahead and cook all your meats ahead of time. Cook maybe 3 or 4 days worth of meat. And rice. I always prefer brown rice, jasmine rice, never white rice, that's just terrible. And wheat over white bread, always. And just make yourself a little container. You can put your chicken in here. Put your chicken, your rice, your veggies. Put it in your container and just put it in the fridge until you need it. Now here's my spice rack. I went to Marshall's and I found this on sale for $10.99 and I said I had to get this. It came with all my herbs and spices, and the great thing about it is it's healthy for me. Nothing is better than things that are healthy for you. Man, that chicken smells good, y'all. I have to say that chicken smells delicious. Now, I'm going to teach you a little bit about some nutrition facts. Whether you know it or you do, hear me out. We have 2 bags of potato chips here. These are pretty popular potato chips. You've probably seen these in the grocery aisle many, many times. This is my mom's favorite. Now, if you had to take a choice between which one's healthier, which one would you pick? This one or this one? I would go with this one if it was me, but let's find out for sure. According to the nutrition facts never lie, it has for 1 ounce, there's 19 chips. Pay very close attention to the serving size. So when I eat 19 of these chips, I'm getting 140 calories, 2 grams of protein, 18 grams of carbs, and about 6 grams of fat. Not too bad. But the main thing I'm looking for is trans fat. You do not want to have anything with trans fat. Trans fat is going to be very difficult for you to burn off, and it's going to be stored in your body for a long period of time. Now, what does have a lot of trans fat is things like McDonald's, BK, Whataburger, fast food, things that have to be preserved for a very long time. Now, let's go back to the barbecue potato chips. These are pretty good if I say so myself. Now, for one serving size, 9 chips. So for this, I get to eat 19 of these chips to get what I just said on the nutrition facts. And I can only have 9 of these chips, and I get 150 calories, 16 grams of carbs, and 2 grams of sugar, and about 1 gram of saturated fat. So not too bad. So if you're somebody who wants to eat more, then you probably want to go with this, because you can eat 19 of these chips and still be healthy. Man, I can just smell that chicken grilling. That smells good. It smells real good. So, I do a little bit of programming and network security, and I noticed, this is going to sound kind of funny, you guys probably don't even think it's a big deal, but if you leave your browser, your Google Chrome or your Firefox open, and you walk away from your computer for, let's just say, an hour, 2 hours, you're leaving yourself vulnerable for an attack. There's a program out there that I use for work called Wireshark. And what Wireshark does is, if I have access to your network, I can see packets coming in and out. So if you're sending me an email and I'm on your network and I know the password to your internet, I can see the email go right across the line. And not only that, I get your IP address, I can read the text of the message, and I can probably gain further access to any accounts. So let's just say, for example, you're sending your friend, or you're making a purchase on eBay. I can see, even though eBay is encrypted, I may be able to find out a username and password, because you have to log in for eBay. And chances of you guys using the same username and password for multiple sites is very, very high. So I highly recommend that you use an encrypted network or change your SSID. And we'll get to that in my next YouTube video, so you guys better stay tuned. So let me just go ahead and just move some stuff out of the way real quick. Now, just some quick tips. As you probably hear a lot about cloud storage and things of that. I use Mega Storage. Mega is an encrypted storage, I guess you can say, software / website that encrypts your files. And the reason why I say you want to encrypt your information is because whether it's sensitive or not sensitive, you just don't want someone snooping around your stuff, right? So I'm going to post a link in my description where you can get 50 gigabytes of free cloud storage that's 100% encrypted. Now, encryption is pretty tricky to crack. I personally have tried to crack a couple of encryption files before, and it's very tedious and it takes a very, very, very long time. And yeah, like I said, I highly recommend for you guys to stay tuned and watch my next YouTube video by George Foreman Grill. And let me show you what we got so far. Just wait till you guys see all this fat right there. I'm not too sure you guys can see that, but man, I just got a lot of fat off that chicken. So if you guys trying to lose weight, stay healthy, time to change some habits. Catch you guys next time.